Hey everyone, this is Jack. Today I want to focus on just the brief summary section of the patent application. Specifically, I want to walk through how I would go about writing the brief summary section manually using Microsoft Word. And then I want to show how we can now automate that process using the PatentPal app. And finally, I'll provide a bit more context onto why we write the brief summary section in this way, like what is the legal purpose that it's achieving. So let's dive into it. So we'll go over to Word here. And so I would usually start writing the brief summary section by writing this, by just taking over the set of claims here. So I pasted over the claims from a published patent. This one has 25 claims. And then I'll start working with the claims to turn it into the brief summary section of a patent. I'm going to turn on a stopwatch so we can get a sense for how long this process takes as well. All right, here we go. So I'll start by adding in the heading, so brief summary, and then I'll center the heading, and then with all of these individual claim elements, I would break them apart into separate sentences and add these non-limiting phrases. So I will say embodiments of the present disclosure may include an apparatus for performing data analytics using machine learning. So I would change like comprising to including to make it sound more like prose, and then I'll combine it with the next element. With the next element, I will say like embodiments may also include a load module. Turn that into a full sentence, and then I'll say embodiments may also include an unsupervised learning module, and then finally embodiments may also include a supervised learning module. And then with a where-in clause like this, we usually treat that as a kind of a contextual element. So it will say like in some embodiments, the extract module, the load module, etc. may include one or more logic hardware and non-transitory computer readable medium. And so that's it. So that took me about a minute to a minute and a half, and with a set of 20 plus claims. Usually this work of putting together a brief summary takes about a half hour. Using the PatentPal app, once you paste in the set of claims, you can just click on this generate button, and it will be able to generate the brief summary instantly. So right now we generate, in addition to the brief summary, like block diagrams and flowcharts and detailed descriptions as well. And I'll go over those in a future video. But just on the brief summary section, you can see that this is exactly the same language I just wrote. Embodiments of the present disclosure may include an apparatus. Embodiments may also include a load module. Embodiments may also include a supervised learning module. In some embodiments, these modules may include one or more logic hardware. So now this work is done. And what's nice about this is that if you ever need to change anything in the claims, you can just instantly regenerate the summary all over again, right? And it will be 100% accurate. We do recommend you read through it, but it's very predictable what kind of output it's generating. We can take a look at what was actually written in the published patent and compare that to what we generated. So here is a summary section from this published patent. And once you read through it, you can see that it's essentially reciting the three independent claims in this claim set, claims 1, 17, and 22. And in an ideal world, what the user should also do is to write the same kind of summary language for all of the dependent claims as well. So looking at just this independent claim, it's an apparatus for performing data analytics. So that's here. And in one embodiment, an extract module is configured to extract data, right? And that's this element here. So it's essentially the same language we've generated with the PatentPal app, using these non-limiting phrases and making sure that all of these claim elements have support in the spec. So with that, I can also kind of segue into explaining the context of why attorneys write this kind of language. And the reason for that is to satisfy the written description requirement under Section 112. And the purpose of this requirement is to ensure that the claims do not exceed the scope of anything that is described in a spec. So once we get into this specification, we want to make sure that it has all of the written disclosure to support any claim elements that we want to claim in this section. Yeah, so that's kind of the background on why this is written. So if you have any questions or if you want to give this app a try yourself for your next application, definitely check us out on patentpal.com or reach out to us at info@patentpal.com. Thank you.